Right, I think we're live now. Yo. Let me get this live going. Okay, I need to fix that. Yeah, that's live. I need to wait till I get live on TikTok, and then we're ready to go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what's happening with everybody. Do people agree with this take or not? I think Khamzat beats Pereira inside 2 rounds, in my opinion. I think Khamzat wins the fight pretty easy. That's just my opinion, though. That's just what I think. I think if Khamzat moves up to light heavyweight and Pereira is still a champion and that's a fight he gets, I think he becomes lightweight champion. But if Yuri Prohaska is champion by the time Khamzat moves up to fight for the belt, Yuri beats him. I think Yuri would beat Khamzat. You know what's happening, Poatan? Yeah, I think Pereira's next fight. What's happening, Matthew? I think Pereira's next fight is definitely going to be at heavyweight. I'd like to see him fight Carlos Holberg just to add a bit more to his legacy at light heavyweight. But I mean, he's already beat the best of the best in the division, so makes sense for him to try and move up. And I actually think he'd beat Surreal Gan. I think that's a winnable matchup for him. How's 2026 treating you? Yeah, all good so far, man. Can't complain too much. What about you? But yeah, even when people say, like, I don't even think Pereira's grappling has been tested that much yet in the UFC. Nah, I don't think he beats Jones. Jones's grappling's too good, in my opinion. 17 days till what, boy? Yeah, but that's a fair point. Jones was getting caught in the feet against Stipe, but he's not going to spend time at all on the feet with Pereira. He's just going to take him down. Hamzat can move up to heavyweight. He probably could. Don't think he'd have that much success, though, really. Once he gets to the. It depends. Like, I'd pick Hamzat to beat Gan. UFC 324. Yeah, no, it's been a long wait, hasn't it? Yeah, if Hamzat moves up, I think DDP gets the belt back, definitely. Definitely. That's what I think. Although I think Imavov could beat DDP, but don't know. I think I'd probably pick DDP to win that fight. Although I think it could be close. Thoughts on Justin Gaethje? He's going to lose to Paddy Pimblett. That's what I think. I think Paddy wins that fight pretty easy. UFC 324 is a stacked card, though. Outside of the co-main event's a big fight in terms of women's MMA. I just don't care for it, though. To be honest, just don't care, mate. And especially now it looks like Justin Gaethje has staff. Paddy Pimblett, the pick of Paddy Pimblett seems even more better, in my opinion. Who do you think deserves it at 170? Because Hamzat subs Alex in a round. I don't know. He's like subs him inside 2. Pereira would smoke Shemaev. No, I think Ian Gary deserves a title fight, in my opinion. Shemaev is not a finisher. He is with a he would finish Pereira. He'd sub Pereira. Gaethje's not smoking Paddy. I understand what he means about Hamza because as the levels have increased, like, well, I suppose he submitted Robert Whitaker, so that doesn't even make sense at that point either. Pereira sleeps Hamza. No, he doesn't. No, I think Ian Gary JDM is a close one. You might be right on that take about JDM, you know. But is Gaethje really that much of a better striker than Paddy Pimblett? Gaethje's striking so overrated, like crazy overrated. Not really. Yeah, but that's the thing though. Hamzat isn't going to stand with him. He's just going to shoot for his legs instantly. Nah, Whitaker isn't washed. Tony Ferguson beats Derek Lewis. Who knows? Maybe in boxing. That's maybe Tony's calling in life was to be a boxer. That was maybe his calling. If my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike. But what comments that to? Tony Ferguson's overrated as hell. Oh. Dominic Reyes will beat Johnny Walker. Hamzat has the worst grappling right now. Worst take I've ever read in my life. Pereira will not lose to Hamzat. He'll get beat inside 2 rounds pretty easy. You know, people are saying that like the people are saying that Justin Gaethje's this KO artist. When was the last time he KO'd someone with punches? I've said this so many times on the page now. The last time he KO'd someone or stopped someone with punches was way back in 2020. I reckon you'd beat Hamzat. Yeah, I know, but I'd beat anybody in the UFC. So Pereira's grappling's overrated. Facts. Like to say that you think Pereira's going to stuff Hamzat's takedowns, that just proves my point as well. Pre-recorded. Yo, how's this pre-recorded if I'm reading it out loud? I swear to fuck! Pereira subs Hamzat, bro. Stop the cap. He would finish Pereira. Fox. People like Pereira has good takedown defense, but when he gets taken down, that's the issue. Like Adesanya took him down and controlled him for like 3+ minutes, I think. Israel Adesanya, by what do you by? Well, that's fair enough. That Brazil take. No, I don't think Ilya would do that well at 170. Ilya beats Islam. Pereira beats Hamzat. You'll wake up. Like let's just start with the brain dead takes. Hamzat can definitely submit Pereira. No, 155 is his best chance against Islam. Yuri beats everyone except Pereira. I agree. Nah, Pereira's not landing a flying knee on Hamzat. Especially because Hamzat dives for takedowns even below the knee. Like he's at your ankles fucking trying to take you down. Anthony Hernandez is one of the most overrated fighters in the middleweight division, Fox. Strickland's gonna TKO him. RDR would TKO him. Hamzat beats the fuck out of him. DDP beats him. I mean, yeah, that's a fair take. Adesanya was winning the first fight. I will give you that. Pereira's higher all time than Adesanya, though. That's not a crazy take either. Pereira beats or Tom beats Pereira. My bad. Yeah, that's actually crazy that Danny Gay just showed up and fought Diego Lopez. When was that? Was last year, 2024, wasn't it? He looked like Jan Blachowicz a bit, yo. Start the cam. Went through two wars with Yoel Romero. He's not the same. Yeah, but those were years ago. Like he had them wars with Yoel Romero. He fought Adesanya. He's fought so many times since then. So it's not the fact that he went to war with Yoel Romero. Paul Hughes beats Volk right now. No comment. I'm gonna leave my bias out of it. Yoel Romero is really the biggest what if. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that is true. That's so true. I mean, none of us really know, like Gaethje, but then again, Gaethje wouldn't say if he does have staff. You were too nice. Khamzat does it in one round. Has no response to his grappling. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yo, what the fuck is that noise? Oh, fucking hell, I shit myself. Depends on what weight class. Any weight class, Hamza beats Pereira. Doesn't matter about weight class. Whether it's middleweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight, he wins. Diego starts his Vulcan round two, by the way. No. Pereira beats Gaethje coming off the couch. Can Pereira beat Gan? I think he has a better. Wait, you think he has a better chance of beating Gan than Aspinall, or he has a better chance of beating Gan instead of Aspinall beating Gan? Wait, what the fuck? Why didn't I just explain that better? My favorite Scottish creator, yo. So we've got fucking people that don't have two working ears. I'm not Scottish. Yeah, yo, that actually would be the biggest fight of all time. Brian Ortega at the press conference, he made her say Jama, bro. No, Hamza won't make it top five all time. Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Yeah, I agree. Pereira loses to Aspinall and Jones. So Cam right there, everyone read what Cam's just said because that shows intelligence right there. This fight is not happening, gang. Did anyone say it was happening, or are we just coming in here and talking shit? You have Islam over Jones? No. I don't know if it. No, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think he could get it done in a round. There's just such a big skill gap in grappling between both guys. Jones is in top 10 of all time. He is. He's the GOAT. Jones is the GOAT. Oracle, explain how that makes sense, my boy. Nah, Gan isn't overrated. Gan's underrated, in my opinion. Casual, thanks, mate. What about Aldo? No, Khabib isn't the best. Let's just stop that. Let's just get that out of there. Aldo's not top 10 all time. Ain't no way, boy. Yeah, it was a good performance against Ankalaev, but people say about Ankalaev and the Pereira matchup, Ankalaev's a striker that can grapple. Like, Ankalaev's a southpaw boxer. That's how he predominantly fights. Gan beat who? He arguably beat Ngannou. He beat Derek Lewis. He's beat Volkov. He's beat A couple of other top with Spivak, he beat him. Who else has he beaten that's ranked? Tai Vasa, he beat him. Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, I don't know. Can Elliott go 5 rounds at a pace that Max Holloway's going to fight at? I know we've seen him go 5 rounds against Josh Emmett, but no, Paddy Pimlet is going to TKO. Um, Justin Gaethje inside 3 rounds. Alex wins by knockout. No, he doesn't. Do you think Arsenal can beat Gam when healthy, or is it a bad matchup for him? I think he can beat him. I think he would have beat him if he didn't get eye poked. I do think, though, the fight is more competitive than what people were letting on. And I did say that in my prediction. Does Gam beat Pereira? No. Gam beats the fuck out of Pavlovich, though. Facts. Pavlovich isn't the same fighter anymore. And I remember when he was announced to be the backup fighter for Jones Stipe, people were posting shit on Twitter saying, like, when it's all said and done, Pavlovich will have had a better career than Ngannou. You got a fucking take right there. Yo, whoever came up with that take, I hope they've disappeared off the face of the earth with that take. What do you think about Sean Brady versus Gamrot? Good fight. Um, I think Sean Brady has a good chance to win that. It's all dependent on how the weight cut goes, if he can cut weight safely or not. Thank you for the follow, my boy. Unless Hamzat doesn't get the sub. Yeah, nah, Hamzat subs him. Paddy going to sub Gaethje? No, he's not. Yeah, I mean, the only chance Pereira Hamzat happens is if Hamzat chases him to heavyweight and he's still there. I actually think we might see Pereira retire this year. The guy's nearly 40. If he moves up to heavyweight and loses, that could be curtains, I think. Especially if he gets the Jones matchup and loses, I think that's probably curtain call for him. Like, yeah, but what Gilbert Burns isn't Pereira. After the performance he just had, he's getting knocked out in the third or fourth. Who Hamzat? Yeah, I'll be on later, boy. If Pereira somehow stuffs Hamzat first takedown, though, yeah, but he might be able to maybe defend the first takedown. But Hamzat's just going to constantly go for the takedown until he eventually gets it. Yeah, I agree. Hamzat is 100% taking him down. Prime Jones versus Aspinall, who would win? Ooh, I'd still go Aspinall. I think Aspinall stylistically is just a really tough matchup for Jones. Although the thing with Aspinall is how good is takedown defense and how good is he off his back, getting back to his feet. We don't know that yet. So Jones could completely out wrestle him, take him down, just bust him up with elbows in his guard, and Aspinall can't do anything about it. You don't know. Jones versus Hamza light heavyweight. I'm gonna go Hamza. I think Hamza wins that fight. And people are gonna say, well, Jones has fought better wrestlers like a DC. DC, yes, went to the Olympics for wrestling, but the sport of wrestling and MMA wrestling is so different. And Hamzat is one of the best MMA wrestlers, probably of all time. You could put him in that category. No, it doesn't matter what weight. Hamzat Chimaev is so clear of Pereira in the grappling. It doesn't matter if it's fucking flyweight the fight at, he's still going to win. But people are saying this Hamzat would be panting after 2 rounds. He went 5 rounds with DDP. So we can't say Hamzat, he has a shit gas tank now. He can't go 5 rounds. We've just seen it. Prime Usman versus Anthony Smith. On paper, Anthony Smith, but I would pick Usman. Um, only because it changes the power. Yeah, but Pereira doesn't have like Pereira is a big puncher, but he doesn't have like the touch of like complete death like Ngannou. Like Pereira isn't putting anybody out cold. I don't even know if that's a hot take to say or not, but when was the last time Pereira like completely flatlined someone? Alex is a black belt after all. Like these takes can't be real. People picking Pereira. I think Yuri would beat Khamzat. Yuri's got good grappling, and Yuri is an awkward fighter. It's kind of like what you would have said why you would pick DDP is if Khamzat can't finish him as the rounds go on, Yuri is going to put the pressure on him and eventually break him. That's what everybody thought DDP was going to do. But DDP just kind of got taken down and has no ground game at all. Yuri does. Islam beats Prime GSP. Do I think Ank beats Khamzat? No. I don't. Prime Volk versus Prime Neil Magny. I'm going to go for Volk on that one. No, but the same way Yuri should beat, but he doesn't on pure power. Well, no, because Pereira's a better striker than Yuri. And like what Pereira's really good at, Yuri really struggles with, like defending any sort of striking attack, especially the calf kicks. Alex is going to sub him. So this guy's got the brain capacity of grass. Khamzat subs him. GSP is too bulky. Nah, Islam beats him. What if Pereira pulls out some crazy wrestling skills we ain't seen before? Khamzat's going to deal with him. What the fuck? Yo, where did that? Yo, what happened there? Right, there might be a ghost. What if Khamzat pulls out some? Yeah, exactly. Prime Izzy versus Waldo. Well, is it Waldo with the eye patch or no? Because that decides a lot. By alien abduction. Bargain spiders. Yeah, that's what it sounded like, bro. That is what it sounded like. That's actually a really good question. Jones at light heavyweight or Khamzat? I actually would pick Khamzat to win that fight. Izzy versus Khamzat, who wins? Khamzat wins it easy. Anderson Silva versus the top 5 middleweights today. Fuck, I can't even think of the top 5 middleweights today, to be honest. Khamzat beats him. I think I'd probably pick Anderson Silva over DDP. Or would I? Leave that one with me. I can't even think of the top 5 off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm picking Khamzat to beat Jones. Yeah, I am. Khamzat's underrated boxing as well. The difference why I'd pick Yuri over Jones is if any out of those two fighters is gonna finish Khamzat, it's Yuri. It's not Jones. Anthony Hernandez beats him. I agree. Khamzat would out grapple John Jones. Facts. I actually don't even see how would you pick Jones to win that fight out of curiosity. Jones is better at subs, but Jones is going to be off his back the whole time. McGregor KOs him, finally cracks, pause, Vittori's chin. Khamzat would out-grapple John Jones, that's facts. And to talk about Jones' striking, it's so overrated. Like, really overrated at all. His striking defense is this and move back. DC versus Khamzat. I'm gonna go Khamzat. Have you ever trained MMA? Yes. You get it. I get what. What am I getting here? Pause. It's just true. People are going to say, but DC's got really good wrestling. Yeah, but DC was a wrestler. It doesn't translate good in the MMA, really. Like a good MMA wrestler is going to beat a good wrestler in general. Facts in MMA, obviously. No. RDR with TKO, Anthony Hernandez, facts. Hamzat is beating John Jones at light heavyweight. Yes, he is. What Benil Dariush? I mean, there's a massive jump up there in weight. Like, did you see RDR in his last fight? Yeah, yeah. But Anthony Hernandez gets a shot to the body and he crumbles up nearly every fight. RDR is going to fucking knee him into the body and crumble him and TKO him. That's just what's going to happen in that fight. Hamzat barely beat a washed Usman, lost to Burns. He didn't lose to Burns at all. Just didn't happen. The Usman fight was close, but people forget Hamzat broke his hand in the fight. So, did you see what Burns done to Hamzat? Yep. But I don't get what we're using the Burns example for. Mm, so he could beat all three of those guys. You versus any ranked strawweight. Me. That's the thing. Pereira is yet to face an out and out grappler. Van Loo's the most of the top five flyweight. Who have we got there? We've got Pantoja beats him. I actually think he beats Manel Cap. He loses to Tatsuro Taira. He's beat Roy Val and he beat Moreno. Yeah, but what does him having being on an 8-fight win streak mean from fighting RDR? RDR is going to beat the fuck out of him. RDR is a horrible matchup for Anthony Hernandez. So Sean Strickland. That's why both guys would TKO him. And Strickland is going to TKO him. Hamzat or Islam, who wins? Hamzat. Hamzat's too big for him. Pause. And if it goes the distance, RDR will quit. Yeah, but it's not going to, though. Anthony Hernandez does not deal well at all with any form of attacks to his body. RDR has got some of the best placed knees to the body in the sport. He is going to knee the fuck out of his body and crumple him. That's what's going to happen. What's next for Buckley? Hopefully Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think he wins that fight. No, but Pereira isn't going to stop his takedowns though. So let's just hold it right there. Let's just stop. Prime Jones would beat Hamzat. No, I don't think so. The only people that were saying Ankalaev's a wrestler is people who don't watch the sport. Ankalaev is a boxer. JDM finishes Prates within 3 rounds. I mean, I think he wins, but I don't know if he finishes him. Like, Yuri doesn't have the grappling of Jones. Yeah, but why does that matter? They're two completely different fighters. Yeah, it would be a it'd be a good move for Sean Brady. Jones has better striking than Khamzat. Jones' striking's overrated as hell. Khamzat has got underrated boxing, and Khamzat would like grapple him anyway. So Yuri wins that fight. You think Jones versus Tom will happen in the White House now? Jan literally out grappled Pereira. Like what the fuck are we on about here? Khamzat would beat Ankalaev. MVP beats Morales. No, he doesn't. Pereira's groin and wrestling game aren't good enough to defend Khamzat. Facts. Thank you. Carlos Ulberg's overrated. I don't know if I'd say he's overrated. Like, who really rates him? Well, actually, I think he's good. So maybe me. Like, Ulberg would beat the fuck out of Khalil Roundtree. Facts. MVP or is he? Adesanya. And it would be the most boring fight of all time. I wouldn't say not hug DDP. Like, he took him down and just controlled him. But Alex is not knocking out Pereira. No way. No way. No way. No way. No